Now the story of two sisters asking for your help to find their two brothers who they haven't seen or spoken to in more than 15 years. It's a story you'll only see on Western Mass News. They were separated and put into foster care when they were children. Western Mass News reporter James Villalobos here now with their exclusive stories. James?
Well, Dave, these two sisters say that their mother regularly used drugs and consumed alcohol, and because of that, they were taken into state custody and separated from their brothers. Now, as adults, they're hoping to reunite and receive some much-needed closure. Like many families, Cindy and Angelica Quinones have a photo album from when they were younger. Theirs fills only 3 pages.
It's been pretty hard. The only visits that we had was through DCF. My mother, she really will never go to the family visits like that. She will never go to the court and do what she needed to do.
The reason for visits through the Department of Children and Families? The women say their mother abused them and dealt with substance abuse.
She used drugs. We seen her. She used to do that in front of us. And that's something we said, we don't want to do that. And so this day, I could thank God that I have not touched no drugs.
It was very hard. At one point, I didn't want to be anywhere, so I would run away, and I would just be by myself.
The state eventually placed them in foster care.
The hardest part was not having contact with each other.
And they should have made that a main priority if that was the case. Only because the parent does what they do, it doesn't mean the kids got to pay for that.
Cindy and Angelica moved to Leominster. That's about an hour and a half from where they grew up in foster homes in Springfield and Holyoke.
I have kids of my own. And just for the fact that I try to put myself in my biological mother's shoes, And to be honest, if I was to be in her case, I would have fought for my kids no matter what.
They admit they struggled trying to understand why their mother did what she did.
For me and her, a family is big. That's not what we were shown as a little girl. But having our own kids, we try to, we see into it and we try to understand why is it that she did it.
The sisters stay in contact with each other, but a piece of them is missing. They tell Western Mass News it's been more than 15 years since they last spoke to their younger brothers, Alejandro and John Carlos. They were also placed in foster care and eventually adopted.
We've been searching for them, and we do want to get to know them.
And even though that it's been a while, we love them, We want to be able to get with them, be able to have family events with them, get to know us.
The DCF visits ended years ago. Now they're hoping a reunion, years in the making, will be made possible with your help.
We want to be able to have something we didn't have as little kids. We want to have our family.
Family is everything to me. I don't even know how to describe it. I do anything for my family. And that's why we're doing this right now, just so we can have our family back together.
And then
The sisters say that there's a number of nieces and nephews that they just want their brothers to be able to meet. If you happen to know where Alejandro or John Carlos may be today, we've included the sisters' contact info on our website, westernmassnews.com. James Villalobos, Western Mass News.